What is procedural modeling? Procedural modeling is, in essence, the act of automating the process of creating 3D assets programmatically through the use of scripting and steps followed to create the process of someone constructing a model manually. What would a procedural modeler do? The typical work of someone working as a procedural modeler might include creating a structure to generate a multitude of background models with enough variance to make each unique, or making a model with parameters allowing it to be easily modified and to create multiple versions of an asset with significant variance, easily. What would a procedural modeler be using? Well, the most commonly used tool for procedural modeling is currently either Maya through scripting and add-ons, and Houdini FX with its procedural systems included as a core part of the program. However, most 3D softwares usually have some kind of add-on to allow procedural modeling, like Blender for example. So what would you need to know? To be an effective procedural modeler, you would need a strong understanding of how to model and how to manipulate models, things a traditional 3D modeler would know. However, a procedural modeler would also need to be able to think programmatically, understanding the steps it takes to go from a cube to a finished product. Also, depending on the program, you might need to know a lot about scripting and programming with your chosen software's language or interface of choice, like Maya's MEL, or Python scripting, or Houdini's own local parameters and Python scripting, that kind of thing. Okay, so who even uses procedural modeling? Well, anyone who wants to make a lot of background assets, so anyone in any industry that uses 3D graphics. So Disney, Vicarious Visions, and Ubisoft all inquire about procedural modeling skills in jobs that they have listed. It is such a widespread application that any company looking for more variance in their environments and backgrounds can make good use out of a procedural modeler. So, what can you really do with procedural modeling? Well, quite a lot. I already mentioned how you could populate backgrounds and environments with varied models, but you could also do something like generate a pre-rigged and easily modified character template, or automate finer details on anything that would take a long time to do manually. Take, for example, all the bits on the outside of the Death Star. It'd be really easy to write a script that just generates all of those for you, and with just a couple of parameters, you could have a mess of variance and a whole bunch of generated blocks. Okay, so how do you become a procedural modeler? Easy. You get good at modeling, you get good at scripting, or using a visual scripting method like any software with nodes, and you put the two together. You'll need a good understanding of how to create a good model before you can even think to automate it. You'd also need a good understanding of visualizing the steps to create what you need, and being able to translate that into something you can script, make the computer do it for you. Of course, this comes with practice and helps if you have a history with programming. It's really just like any other skill, you grind it out.